Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm just back from vacation and I brought these little seeds. I forgot the English name of course already, but I hope they're very cute for pouring. It's not that easy to pour on some three-dimensional objects as you might see in my videos about Easter eggs or Christmas ornaments, but this of course is even more challenging because it's really just tiny. Also, later on, when I put the little hat back on, half of it might have been gone under the hat. So I think it's a little bit a question of luck how it turns out. I think you can try multiple things, and that's what I'm gonna do now. So this is again my first try as many times on this channel, and hopefully you're the beneficial that knows then what works and what doesn't work. First things first, I think I put this on little nails. I think it would be better if you could lift it up and turn it around. So perhaps if you have a little nail and a styropor ball or something like that, that you can first have it in your hand and then put it in there, because like this I have very little flexibility to even see what's going on under here. Or for example, I thought I could also blow on it, but yeah, then I have the other one in the way. So that's eventually already a little tip. Also, if you want, I didn't know, you should either sand them or prime them. That would be a little bit more sure that it sticks everywhere. I'm not gonna do that now simply because I'm lazy. Another thing, I'm gonna use rest paints that I have, but if you just want to focus on a pour for this, I would say mix your paint a little bit thicker, because otherwise immediately everything runs down. I don't have that now, so that could also be difficult. And I wouldn't use silicone, I think. I might have silicone in some of the paint that I have now, some of the rests. But yeah, then that's what it is. If this turns out really, really wonderful, I'll do it again. But for the first try, I'm just going to use my rest paint. So I would say no silicone and make it a little bit thicker. Use something where you can have more flexibility for every single one, that you can move them and then pour and dry it. I'm also going to put my hair dryer at the side, because I think what could work well is if I basically start blowing on them, not necessarily for the pattern, but also for already drying the paint a bit, if I want to keep a little bit pattern. But there I again have the problem that they're all in one line now, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so what else? What you can also do, some of them are with the top side up and some with the bottom. Then you could, for example, say I also poured a little puddle only on the bottom or only on the top. These kind of things you can consider. Or if nothing works out well, you just drop them in glitter. That always works, right? And also I'm going to show them to you, of course, after they're dry, because it's just going to be a little bit messy after all, and you're probably not going to be able to see a lot. So stay tuned to the end, or if it's not there, check out my Facebook or Instagram, because then I'm going to show them when they're dry and ready with a little hat bed on. And eventually I even gonna embellish, or how do you call that, paint on them with some paint markers or something like that if I don't like it at all. I have some normal spoons, some little cups, a syringe. I even have something like that. So let's see what works. You're gonna be watching me, and I hope something comes out of it. Okay, so another thing that I might already need to apologize for is that with this type of recording and close-up, sometimes it might get out of focus, or the lighting might be a little bit off. That's just how the world works with autofocus and these kind of things. So I'm gonna try to keep an eye on it, but if that's the case, I apologize and just skip 10 seconds. One thing I also learned from the Christmas balls and Easter elements, that you need to be a little bit patient until it's down, that you can put more, because then you only know where you don't have any. And like you see already now, I have no chance in getting under there and fixing that. So that's really not a good process to go. I have no idea what's going on under here. So that's eventually, when it's dry, something to paint over. As you can see, I'm already struggling now to get it properly covered. With the gold as a base, I think it can look nice now when you have like the red not everywhere. So it's like a little first layer, second layer. It looks like the gold had some silicone, so you see that the red is only like a little bit web structure like left, which is not what I wanted, because there's kind of a self-forming that of course then runs down again. But just gonna add a little bit of more red. Okay, so I think when this is dry, it can be cute. When the little head goes on top here. Look. Of course I could add some glitter, right? But let's give it a second. So I thought I'd dry it a bit, but now I lost more of the red. I don't want that. So all things you can learn just by looking at this that you do better. Okay, a little bit more red, and now of course a little bit more gold again. Just a drop. Yeah, just normal blowing on it is probably better. But as I know that there's silicone in there, I can make some tiny cells. Okay, this one I think is going to be cute when it's done. Let's try another one. Yeah, so this is a dark green, and it's just not sliding, so perhaps it's also good to prime it simply because to have rid of some of the traction, that it slides better. And you see the struggle I have now with at least trying to cover it. For the first layer. Okay, so these are just puddles basically. On there I'm gonna try like a tiny ring pour now. This would be pretty if I could leave it like this now, but I can't because it's not covered. That's... Okay, cute. I also did that with a Christmas ornament, and there I learned like this ring pour, it runs down, so it's not going to be rings, but this, for example, is metallics in different purples, and it's going to look nice, but don't expect a ring pour, and don't pour too much in one. So it would be cool if it would stay like that, but it won't. But if you have a little bit of contrast, which is actually pure glitter, this is gonna be looking cool. Okay, so these are the ones with the top on top, so I'm gonna just make some with the bottom up, and then I hope you look at them later on. Perhaps I make one that is with black. Why not? Okay, so I did a few, and you see that it pours into each other. Some will leave a nice little pattern, which is difficult to see now, or a see-through pattern. The ones that are a little bit boring, I might just put glitter on it. Oh yeah, these are the ones that are with the bottom up. Oops. Oh, that's a lot of glitter. So what I definitely can say is if it's too thin, it's not good. It runs just off. You can see here, I'm gonna zoom in a second. It just didn't stick. So that's not very good. Okay, so here you see it's too thin. This one is basically just green, so the silver was also too thin. This has a nice pattern. This has a nice one with blue. Yeah, the black one, the silver again too runny, completely disappeared, but I put some glitter on it, similar to this one. So probably it looks like the purple and the green have the right consistency. So I'm gonna go on with those. And again, stay tuned. Don't forget to check out how they look pretty when they're done, because like this, it looks a bit messy.